The McKinnon The Beginning. Book 1, Part 1 of the McKinnon Legends, a time travel series. Written by Ranay James. Narrated by Cait Frizzell. Chapter 1. Eldridge Castle, England. Christmas Eve, 1486.
Wake, child! Run! Run, Morgan! Go!
Morgan heard the frantic voice of her mother yanking her as if by a physical force from a deep and dreamless sleep. Already the fire was spreading at an alarming speed, and toxic black smoke was so thick that she could hardly see the hand in front of her face. She labored just to breathe as the fingers of death reached for her, wrapping around her legs in a certain death grip.
Run!
She heard the voice again.
Mama! Da!
She screamed for her mother and father as the ceiling began to collapse around her.
John! James! Rhiannon!
She called for her younger brothers and sister as she crawled along the stone floor. They had been sleeping in the same bed with her, yet now were nowhere that she could see. The flames were gaining ground, licking at her gown, and embers singed her hair as she found the chamber door.
Turn right, Morgan, and run as fast as you can.
She unflinchingly followed her mother's voice. Morgan ran down the hallway, then traversed the stone stairs. The heat was so intense that the stone burned the tender skin on the bottom of her feet, yet she was heedless of the pain.
Turn left, now!
Her mother's voice demanded of her. Morgan instantly obeyed, finding herself only a few feet from the main entry door. Flames completely engulfed the opening in a deadly inferno of burning wood and molten metal.
Trust me, child. Go through that door.
Morgan felt, rather than heard, the voice in her head, and Morgan's sense of survival was almost too strong to follow her mother's demand.
Trust me. Go. There will be a way provided. Go, or die.
Morgan took a leap of faith. Bounding over the last 3 steps of the staircase, she made a dash for that flaming door. Only feet from the massive blaze, the door barring her exit fell, crashing outward as a massive timber fell from the ceiling. This unburned beam was the bridge she needed to escape through the gap left by the missing entryway. Out into the night, Morgan ran on bare feet until she could no longer feel the searing heat. Turning to look back, she called to her family and screamed at the top of her lungs, forcing her voice to rise above the roar of the firestorm. Had her family survived? She saw no one in the outer bailey as she ran through the outer gates, trying to escape the fire that was rapidly spreading to all the outbuildings and stables. It was as if the whole of the castle was deserted, and she was the only living soul. She saw her father stumble out of the castle, carrying her mother, and relief flooded through her. She ran to him where he had fallen, burned, and dying.
Mama! Da! Oh, God, somebody help them!
She cried, looking around for any hope of assistance for the father she adored and the mother she loved beyond life itself. There was no help for either of them as she watched her adored father take his last breath, holding his beloved Duchess, whom he had died to save. His efforts had been in vain. Alison Pembridge, 6th Duchess of Seabridge, fought the hands of death pulling her into the spirit world. She had one thing she had to do before leaving this physical earth behind her.
Morgan, listen to me.
Alison struggled to speak past the pain and damage to her lungs from the searing flames.
I love you, heart of my heart. Mama, save your strength. You'll be fine.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?